Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs.
Hey kids, how's it going? Saturday. I actually have to say I sort of have the chills, and let me explain. I know, Mr. Holster, whatever, dock me, stick it up Jack's ass, I really don't care. So I stop at Keyport only because Christine wanted a couple little bottles of wine for her show tonight, and I hate going in there because every time I'm in there lately I see something that I've never seen before, and the next time I'm in there that shit's gone. So long story short, I picked up a couple things to review. This particular one is called Origin of Darkness. It is a bourbon barrel aged stout with coca and guajillo, chilies, and radish honey, weighing in at 11.5%. This is their 2018 release. Evidently, they do this on a yearly thing. The mission to influence terror into the premium barrel-aged brews by including ingredients that are representative of each brewer's homeland. So, didn't even think about it. There's the image on the bottle. Didn't even think about it. Bought it, came home, put it in the refrigerator, and I remembered last week one of the houses that we were once again saving because 9 radiators blew up in the place. While we were moving the refrigerator, a bottle opener slid out, and Greg handed it to me, and he goes, "I know you have a collection of these." So he hands it to me. So this, I stuck over there and completely forgot about it until I was actually digging through the drawer trying to find a good opener for this. And I see this sitting on top of the computer, and I was like, okay, that's... Bottle cap looks something like this, and that works something like that. And I pulled out one of John Solar's favorite glasses for this experience. Actually smells a little bit like this year's release from Bent Paddle, the double black with like just a little, obviously it didn't say anything about vanilla in here, but the double black is has got quite a bit of vanilla, and it kind of smells like that minus the vanilla, with maybe some kind of a sweetness in the background. It's very dark. I'm not even going to bother with the light test. I'm pretty sure that it's darkness. E. Cheers, guys. Immediately on the tongue, it almost feels like it's going to have a lighter mouthfeel than something that looks like it just poured out of an oil filter that has 57,000 miles on it. But it's definitely not missing at all on flavors. I have no idea what that that chili is, and I suppose it would be I suppose it'd have to be correctly pronounced in order to maybe see if my bitch can find it. Hey Google, what's Gargillo chili?
Here's a summary from the website Guardzilla.com. Introducing the Guardzilla 360. Guardzilla 360 is the first ever security and monitoring Wi-Fi camera to deliver full...
Okay, Google. Stop it. You're so fucking far off. You're not even funny. I'll get this myself. Thanks. Thanks for helping, though. Yeah, I was wondering about a security system. See, Big Pod is a dried form of the Marsolo chili, a lacy variety of chili of the species Capsaicin anumen. Let's see. On the Scoville rating, it has 5,000 Scoville units. And the spiciest jalapeno would have 8,000. So, if you were to just eat the chili, you're looking at something that would be like a mild jalapeno. Right. First was Aunt Keck. Bunch of you guys missed the iHeart Club. See, there's a lot of comments, and really, I blame you guys from now on for why it takes an hour. Alone with Company, second, bitches. Ben N, third. Ben N, second? No, third. Aunt Keck, haha, fuckers. Ben N, what in the actual fuck? Aunt Keck, oh, you motherfucker, you trying to get me in trouble with Christine? Whiskey. Okay. So, don't know who sent it. Christine got a non-moose knuckle. It says non-moose knuckle, and it's got the symbol that's slashed out. She got a t-shirt today. This is one of the ones I showed you that I had gotten. I received, again, somebody has not only been sending me shirts. I know this is a terrible thing to have happen, but I received another Poly 80 build, and it would be to build a G20. You could also do the G21, but if I'm actually, well, seeing as how I'm not actually ordering the frickin' parts and they're just showing up here, I guess I'm gonna just wait and see what slide and barrel shows up for this mystery build that I'm building. Right now I have two 10mm Glocks in the collection, the race gun and the other one, and as of right now they're both sitting on OEM frames. I keep thinking that someday it would be fun to do a little bit more racy frame for the race gun, which would then I would end up with another OEM frame, but I could use that to do a G21, which would be the 45 ACP. But long story short, as of right now, I have the Poly 80 lower. I have a lower, like a pin set for it. The little spring that holds the slide takedown in place. The bar that holds the mag release in place, and that kit, that parts kit did have a silver extended mag release. So basically, I think as of this moment in time, and today I got the back block for the trigger setup. So right now it's basically missing the trigger and trigger bar and connector and spring, a slide, a barrel, depending on what slide shows up. I mean, maybe I'm ordering this shit in my my sleep. So sights or optics or whatever's going on it. So I'm building this new Glock, and I'm not quite sure on the caliber yet, but maybe that'll all work itself out real soon. Oh yeah, I was shotized. Oh damn it! I was gonna show it to you. It's actually kind of funny because this is the other thing that showed up today. A kind of a no-name brand universal sight pusher. The directions were kind of vague, but I get the gist of what you're supposed to do with it. This is the beefier side of the pusher. This would be the weaker side of the pusher. This is a solid block, so when you're pushing it, you put your ratchet on this side, and always make this be the beefy end of it. And depending on what you're doing, if your sight has an angle or something to it, you can flip this guy around. It's got the nylon nut on this side, so you can take it off and spin this guy around. This one, I can honestly say, this one looks like it would survive a little bit better than that 3D printed one. The 3D printed one, I can guarantee you, when we did J-Dog's gun, this fucking thing would have been broke hands down. Now, for just taking the stock sight off, probably works perfect. And the thing is after having a conversation with Mark, my buddy from the Pepper Maniac himself, works for JoJo's. You need any custom gun work done. I don't know the scope of what Mark is capable of, but I can tell you the work that he did on cutting down the slide on my G20R, and then installing the suppressor height sights and installing the optics. I couldn't possibly ask for more. The gun came back and it didn't look like it had been worked on, and it gets a little discouraging when your gunsmith starts scratching the fuck out of your brand new shit, which Mark did not do. But Mark was telling me, he gave me links to the company that makes one of the best universal sight pushers. But the problem is there's really no such thing as the proper universal. The one that Mark recommended, if you want to do it right, he has one that does nothing but push sights off of a Glock, stock sights off of a Glock. And then he has to use another pusher, and that pusher would then have the right, like say this part right here, you'd have to have all these different the pusher part depending on the particular kind of sight that you're putting back on. I mean, this angle may not, either this one is a 90 and this one looks like it's maybe a 45. And so if you have a sight that is a lot steeper, and this one isn't going to work because it's going to hit at a pinch point there, and this one's not going to work because it's too much of an angle, now you're looking at having to buy the individual parts for the pusher to match what you're doing. The only thing with this that I wasn't 100% sure on is, and the directions didn't mention this at all, is it comes with this little piece of aluminum plate, and I don't know if it's supposed to go here and work as a spacer, or I have no idea. Next time I have the opportunity, though, I'll probably give both of them a try and see which one works. I don't know, squirrel. I grabbed 2 shot glasses. No, that's not a sign. a kick. This might be the one and only of these. I don't know. We'll see. So had our family breakfast this morning, and John Huber, who was up here to pick up the BMG, stayed overnight. You know, once again, we keep making the comments that we do some fun shit and never have a camera rolling. My bad. He made a custom. I told you guys. He made a custom Huber brake for Project Alicia, or now Christine's Alicia. And I know, I already said Mr. Holster is going to see it and go, it would have been better in silver. Yeah, maybe, but Christine likes it, and that's what's important. And I can't wait for her to shoot it, because I actually have the video footage of her and Caitlin shooting Alicia. And I mean it's the same as if you hold out your hand and I just keep going like this. I mean it's definitely moving them around a lot more than the 223. So it'll be neat to be able to record her shooting it and then play it side by side with the original time that she went out and shot it. So John's really a good guy. And he's done a lot for me, and I know I know there's a few people out there that just assume that it's all about just send shit, and sponsors just send shit and we don't do anything. But when you believe in a product, you want to stand behind it. And then when you get to know somebody like me and Christine have gotten to know John, he turns from a friend into family, and we take trips down to visit him, and he takes trips up here to visit us. So we just wanted them to have the BMG because it gets used. Jesus, I've had it now for what, 4 years, more, and it probably doesn't even have 100 rounds through it, maybe even less than that. And I just thought it'd work out best for it to be sitting on a table somewhere, or John taking it to competitions and showing off the brake. Because right now, that's the one and only Huber Concepts BMG 50 brake on the planet. And I did ask a favor of him. He has something in his collection that for me, well, there's. When I get to the point where I show it to you, I don't mean to be cryptic, but I just didn't want this to turn into me spooging all over. One of the two of them that he brought up here, kind of a small hint. A couple of you know what it is, but to give a small hint, I know it's going to sound strange, and a few of you are going to want to kick my ass, but the thing that one of the two rifles that John brought up and left with me to enjoy for a little while is actually one of my if I wrote down my list of Holy Grail firearms, it's on it. There's two different versions of it. This is the one that mortals can purchase. There's another version of it that is only achieved with the kind of dollars that it would take to replace my JP Enterprise with the scope on it. And I noticed, as pristine as it is, I started taking it apart, and yet, no smile money, it still functions. I started taking it apart and then realized that I'm not even sure. I know one of them is unshot. One of them is completely unshot, and I think the other one, my Holy Grail list, if it also may be an unshot. It definitely doesn't have the attention to the cosmoline removal like I do. I spent about an hour and a half on it before I turned the camera on, cleaning cosmoline and getting it all lubed up. I tell you, I'm not even gonna lie. If I could talk John into parting with that, I would make payments, or maybe find a couple more firearms. The other one, that will remain nameless as of this moment in time, the other one, he has been offered, he was offered $3,500 for it and kindly declined. Yes, JR10 Desert Gold, the M1 Garand is on my holy grail bucket list of firearms I'd like to own, but that one right there is actually above it. I know, sacrilege. Aunt Keck again, wonder if there will be 200 comments on this review. Gosh, I hope not. I know I'm sorry I don't have time for the sub comments. Enjoy them between each other. Aunt Keck, which truck stop does Joey frequent? Asking for a friend. Mark, Musical Bullet. Speaking of Mark, the Carolina Reaper tops out at 2.2 million. Boom! Google that shit. I have. 2.2 million, but this is 9 million. So let's just pretend it was money. If I said to you, would you like 2.2 million or would you like 9? It's completely different with this. It's like, how long would it actually... How long would it actually take to get through this, doing that? Now, I haven't broke it off yet, but I think I am gonna crack off. I'll try a little bit of it. I'm gonna need to find a alternative receptacle because I don't want to just do the whole thing. The last time I had fun with vodka and peppers, a few peppers didn't seem like it did anything. And then by the time I was done, I believe my truck would have run on it. Cheapo Gun Guy. German Imperial Stout. Would you call that a Bismarck? I suppose we could. See, just one lick. One lick is actually kind of enjoyable to tell you the truth, but putting it just in your mouth and treating it like the glory hole, that's a completely different story. Mike Gillian, cheers. Eric, cheers, my friend. Matt Davis, no Matt, well, no beer for him. Then Man Cave Matt responded back to him. Again, oh, that's right. Because I was planning on not throwing this box away. I have 2 guesses, and they're on the inside of that box. First choice, second choice. So eventually we'll find out. Well, hopefully I will. Stalker Steve 6th from the reloading bench. I was at my FFLs today picking up the next Snowflake Melter. Oh my God, I'm just standing right there looking at it. And no, I'm not going to show you. I am not showing anybody. I don't want somebody to not get in on this because they want to wait for that. And you're not going to find out what that is until this has been sold. Now, if it makes you feel any better, I did have a lengthy conversation with Sharky Remco from across the big pond today, and I told him what it is, and he actually leaned towards this one, and I'm just like, wow, really? And he's like, yeah. He goes, I'm really impressed with everything I have heard about the Palmetto AK-47s and what Palmetto does. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm fucking impressed too. I mean, they seem like they're good guns. I mean, old Blondie there, she doesn't have the round count through her like my red one. But then again, due to I know Smile Money, say what you want, but if I was really fucking cool, like some of the big channels and ammo manufacturers would just send me shit so I could say this shoot has been sponsored by. Fuck, that'd be great. But since I have to buy the shit myself, well, right now I have the choice of keeping the lights on in the house or going shooting. So, see, the lights are on. It'd be funny if the lights went off. So, guys, the link is down below. The tickets are going, but yeah. I unfortunately, like I said, I'm gonna have to bow out because I don't want to listen to the fucking little baby ass whiners. But trust me, I would love to pick up one of these for Christine, or pick up I don't know. She really likes this one. And it's a nice gun. It's a very nice gun. Stalker Steve, the intro babes, hoo-ha is eating her shorts. That's okay. Stalker Steve, brew babe side boob. Smile Money, top 10. Matt Davis. Yep, actually looking at Yankee Marshall in drag with a midget transvestite hooker. Yep, that was an accident. Oh my god. Bearded CB, 12th to view. Don't believe any of the fucking numbers. I'm sorry, don't believe any of the numbers. John Huber was even telling me, HuberConcepts.com. He said in the last few years, it was a steady decline all the way up until about the time that a lot of us YouTubers started having problems. So do you think something like Google might be interacting with making sure that if you do a search for anything gun related, you don't find some companies? I don't. Cue the the Art Bell aluminum foil wearing conspiracy kind of fucking shit, but yeah, it's almost time to get in the van. There's a lot of us. There is a lot of us. And talking with John, there's even more. Beard CB, awesome intro and brew babes. I try. And Keck, could you imagine Joey wearing Playboy bunny lingerie while eating cereal? Well, thanks to you, I think I just did. Multi-Gunman, the review is only an hour and 2 minutes, 18 seconds. What the fuck I'm supposed to do with the rest of my night? Tomorrow I expect a 4-hour review or none at all. Okay, here we are. Let it go. Poco Loco, top 69, Joey. Tried to kiss me where it smells funny. There's more imagery I really didn't need. And Keck, the media always exaggerates shit when it comes to guns and ammo. Okay, let's say that's an exaggeration. What'd the guy really have? 2 guns, a BB gun, and maybe a handful of ammunition to actually try to make someone sound like a fucking nut job because they had 15 firearms and 1,000 rounds of ammo? I don't know. I must have 4,000 or 5,000 rounds of 22. Big fucking deal. I mean, you can go out and have a little bit of fun. Other than that, as of this moment in time, second is I think as of right now, well, actually, let me take that back. Every AR-15 mag I have in the house that isn't still in the original bag is full of ammo, which means that I have enough loaded mags right now to not want to have to carry them in a backpack, but I would, because if I was running from the house, yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, after the conversation over the last day with John Huber, a bunch of what he was saying was making sense. One of my Holy Grail rifles that may or may not be in there eats 7.62 by 54R, and like he said, you know, right now, like I did, unfortunately, I gave a whole bunch of it away. I think I gave Travis a bunch, you know. I mean, I don't regret giving ammo away to somebody that's a friend of mine. I just sort of regret giving ammo away when I start thinking of the get in the van scenario, and you start to think, how much ammo could I stock up on right now at a decent price in 7.62 by 54R, you know, the Mosin round. I want to say that the last time I purchased 880 rounds for a couple of $100. Like, I think it was like $199 or something. Yeah, who fucking cares if it's who cares if it's possibly, you know, unless you're gonna, you know, shoot the fuck out of your rifle, then put it someplace in high humidity and not clean it, then it's your own fault. Other than that, there's no such thing as corrosive in my book, because I go shooting, I come home and I clean them, and the problem ends. Right about now, all things considered, I probably should have hung on to as much and still be purchasing, you know, Mosin rounds. You can get a lot of it for cheap, and no, it does not have the pinpoint accuracy of like my brother-in-law's reloads, but you know, if you're doing Second Amendment shit, or the world turns upside down, and you have a bunch of fucking homosexuals with vaginas on their heads running at you with plastic knives, seems like a good round to use on something like that. Mister, little red puffs of mist. Beard CB, and yes, I missed the Two-Hearted Ale Club. I was still at work. Sorry. Beard CB again. I would like to lick the Brew Babes everything. Poco Loco. Miss B is such a nice lady. How did she end up with you? See, that is a no. Poco Loco's like fuck right on it, man. That is honestly a seriously legitimate question. Sorry, I was just looking because I remembered the Two-Hearted Ale Club and I forgot to reload, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Poco, I don't know. I bless every single day because compared to the self-absorbed hooker that I used to be married to, I just like the conversations I've had with Wade, if you can walk out of the bathroom in nothing but your underwear, with a knife, a couple of pistols, and an AK-47, and she just looks at you, and you can just see the happiness in her eyes, you know you've got a winner. I mean, I'm sorry, there's a whole bunch of you guys that are some of my best friends that your significant others, your wives or whatever, you just don't share the same passions on everything from politics to firearms, and that just makes life more difficult. I won't mention any names, but to have to feel that something you're so passionate about, like a firearm, is like somehow a bad thing, you are living the micro version of what the end game is for the deep state, for the libtards. And the gullible are very gullible. Right here in Minnesota, the piece of fucking shit, soon to be red mist if he actually thinks it's going to happen. Our new cunt, governor, sorry, I confused cunt and governor, is trying to slip a bunch of red flag, big time fucking gun control shit into the latest budget. And thankfully, anybody that I shared shit with today, we have some, and she's Mary, man. I hope they stay on top of this. I know I'll stay on top of people. If I have to fucking send an email out every single day and make a phone call every single day, I will. Or I'll just fucking leave. You know, me and Mr. Holster and our families will go, go start heading into the Dakotas or something. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. I can tell you right now, if you're a politician and you're listening to this, you are pushing the needles on the doomsday clock closer and closer to midnight every single time you try to change shit. And I know there's so many of you out there that are just like, it's no big deal, it's just this for gun control, or it's just a magazine, or it's just a bump stock. It's our fucking freedom. It's the Second Amendment. Without that, you're not going to get any of them. Get in the train. Will they usher you to the gas chambers? No, it's not over dramatic. It's fucking happened and people seem to forget it. I'm at a point where if I could do what I would love to be able to do right now, but all I would be like that next white extremist or whatever that just wants to adios the entire planet. No, I don't. I want to get rid of anybody that thinks coming after our God-given rights. Those people that think it's okay. And I don't care if you're the person with the paper and you're putting your name on it to try to take my rights away, or if you're the fucking kid that is so fucking stupid that you think this is okay because it's just a magazine. Who cares how many bullets are in it? Then they're putting you in a gas chamber because people like me aren't going to be able to be there to save your fucking ass anymore. Beard CB, hell, I would suck a fart out of her ass just to see. I'm going to take this opportunity to go get that beer for later. Bearded CB says, I would suck the fart out of her ass just to take the opportunity to see what she ate last night. Oh my God. Later. Oh, and someone thumbs that up. Let me add another one to that. That cat, holy shit, that was the best cowbell ever. Yeah, because at least that time it didn't fly down and hit the fucking custom painting that Lily made, that Sharky across the big pond won. And yes, it's still sitting in my fucking dining room because I don't know how we can inexpensively get it to him. Maybe I'll just send you a picture and you can print it out. Fucking killing me. Cheap old gun guy, you put a sucker in your mouth on camera, now if someone wants you to put a banana in your mouth on camera, what next? You know what they say, if you take an inch, you take 10. Yeah, Joey knows that. Bearded CB, so I'm confused. Did it take you 5 seconds of holding the Nikki 6 pick? Or Ms. Bomey, 5 seconds. Either way, 5 seconds by the time all was said and done. Going out on a limb, saying was... That was so yesterday, I don't even want to talk about that anymore. And Keck, back to back last comments in the Two Hearted Ale Club. Yep, you're cool. Cheap old gun guy. Hey, if you stuck that sucker up your ass, would it burn? Let me know, will ya? Well, I can't see why it wouldn't. If you cut peppers, you're supposed to wear gloves and shit, because first of all, trying to remember what you did and how long ago you did it, and the fact that you cannot wash good enough, and you might touch your eyes. Now that is a fucking hell. I one time forgot that I had cooked with peppers, and 6 hours later removed my soft contact lenses. The only way to remove them is to reach into your eye, literally pinch the lens and remove it. Yeah, I was unsuccessful with my first attempt, and I had, well, feeling like my eyeball was on fire. I had no choice but just to go straight the fuck in and get that. Yeah, I'm fully guessing that sucker would, no pun intended, would definitely burn the old Tar Star, let me tell you. You know, this just brings on a whole bunch of flavors, and of course, because Mr. Holster would tell you all I'm doing is standing here holding it in my hand. I'm not actually drinking it. Very smooth, very mild. Kind of like, almost like nothing happens at first, and you feel a little gypped, and then those dark malts and the cocoa like flavors start to come on, and I don't know if shit like this is just Mark and shit like this is Jim, you fucker, has wrecked me forever, and someone else would have a different experience. I'm not getting any heat at all. Then again, I'm not getting any fucking alcohol at all. 11.5%, and I'm not. There's no warming. There's no burning. You just wake up in Tijuana in a donkey show. Smile Money with a whole shitload of comments to whatever he just said. Retirement, it is nice to have a plan. Did you have help from a retirement counselor with that debt? Smile Money, and I believe you already know the answer to this. You want to know if I had help with my death strategy. Me and Christine, between the two of us, her one time and me twice now, have had dealings with the big C word, and I missed a substantial amount of time that I would normally be working, so I had no choice but to cash in my union retirement fund. And granted, unlike my buddy Steve and a few other people that had been in the trades a lot longer than me, I was in the sprinkler trade for 10 years. It seems like I don't do anything business or work-wise. Well, actually, I guess right now that's a lie. This is the longest. But yeah, I did that for 10 years. And in the process of being in for 10 years, I had and I did actually pretty well through that. If I would have stayed in the trades and not had to absorb a bunch of it, or all of it, for financial and health reasons, I'm sure I probably would be like Paul Hasman 440 or anybody else that's able to actually fucking retire and have a good time. But it just didn't. I didn't get the dice didn't fall that way for me. But when in 10 years, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and play who's got this amount of money. I'll put it in gun terms for you guys that most of you know what I have invested in my JP. when I cashed in my retirement fund after being a sprinkler fitter for Local 669, no, I'm not making that number up, I walked away after, you know, for health reasons, they only mildly taxed you. But being a sprinkler fitter for 10 years, I walked away with enough money that I could have purchased 6 JP Enterprises with the ER25 US optic scopes on them. So that doesn't usually, that would have not have translated into living the dream very long though. Poco Loco, try it again. Okay, Google, up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
You destroyed the vile red falcon and saved the universe. Consider yourself a hero.
I'd like to point out that that just went flawlessly. Bearded CB, so there I was. Bearded CB, scrolling through the comments. Bearded CB, when I decided to help Aunt Keck. Bearded CB, with 200 comment challenge. Bearded CB, yes, the show still went on last night. Oh, ended up with a lot of comments last night. It was a fun time. Since he'll never see this. So John Solar and Jim, Joey, and me, and Johnny all get on and do our pre-show prep a half an hour before the show starts. We're in video chat. It uses the audio from the video chat for the feed for Spreaker. Not the video part, just the audio part. So John's sitting there, and he does his whole spiel for the boys, and only the boys. Talking about trigger dynamics, and time, and equations, and fucking Einstein. And yes, he's a brilliant man. 90% of you will never give a fuck about most of the shit. Jay from Elite Ammunition right now is going, hey, fuck you, pal. Talk for yourself. I know, Jay, I want to get 2 of you together. I'm going to get me a bottle of something and just sit back, maybe even some lotion and some porn, and watch the fucking 2 of you see who can talk whose head off first. So, John's a brilliant man. The problem is he could literally go for about 6 hours telling you why the Huber Concepts trigger is so great and what you need to achieve in a trigger. Minutes of arc. Let me tell you how it is. John's fucking trigger is so precise, so very precise, that if you use a 2-stage trigger, which I think if I built me a bolt gun, which with the help of, if I want, I can do a 338 Lapua, and John will actually will give me the barrel for it. It would be a bench gun. The barrel weighs the same as the BMG 50. It's a 15-pound 338 Lapua barrel. I think if I actually started from 0, I would do 338 Edge or 338 Rum. I think it's just an easier round for a couple of things, reloading and whatever. Sorry, I don't mean to digress. But the bottom line is, John's triggers are just so awesome that you put your finger on the trigger. If you have a 2-stage, it runs up to the wall, and then you pull the trigger. And because it's so precise, and it's such just an incredible trigger, it doesn't give you the time to fuck up your shot. I mean, how many people can say, I've had so many people say, oh, you're Mosin Nagant. Who gives a fuck about a Mosin Nagant? Goddamn piece of shit. That's the best. I mean, this is all real shit. If that's the best you have in your safe, it's not the most expensive thing I have in my safe. But if I actually went somewhere and someone said, there's real money on the line, what are you going to shoot today? As of right now, because I'm still working on getting the scope dialed in better for the JP, I'd have to take the Mosin. It's scary accurate. We had, 5 or 6 people at the shoot do a cold bore shot to 550 yards? Not a single one of them guys had ever shot beyond 100 yards. Cold bore, 550. Ting! On an $89 rifle. Beard CB, Joey and Jack naked in your bed with Spock on the nightstand watching. Imagine that. Bearded CB, yeah, I went there. Poco Loco, the turd cutter on tonight's Brew Babe. Jeez, she could sit on my tongue any night. Oh my fucking Christ, really? Okay, this might actually be a 4-hour brew review. Beard CB, Saint and Toe infused vodka. Call it challenge. How hard will Eric swallow it? Beard CB, over 1,000 rounds of ammo. Well, is that per caliber, gauge, or what are we talking here? I think it was just in general. I think if they would have found 1,000 rounds of 223 and 1,000 rounds of 9mm and blah blah blah, that reporterette would not have been able to resist the challenge of saying they found 10,000 rounds of ammo. I know several people that have, I won't even say. Beard CB, what shoots at my wife weren't supposed to wait till, laugh my ass off, sorry, couldn't help to add, yeah, ball busting is what we do, fuck all the sensitive pussies who say otherwise. I'm not the only one drinking. Bearded CB, so what does John Huber charge for an AR break? $135. $135. And normally, guys, I would go to John and say, what could you do for my guys? But John has been working his ass off for the last year to recover for an employee / friend of his that just about fucking ended the company. So the AR trigger has been, there's just this, I mean, I know a few of you, like Big Jim, Hornet Fixer, extremely disappointed because he just wants a fucking number right now. When is that trigger going to be available? So do I. But John's just trying to make sure that the company will exist. And, I mean, it was that bad. I mean, he's the guy, he doesn't want to do books. He doesn't want to do this, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be out with the machines making fucking triggers and brakes. Only to find out that the person that he relied on basically, for some reason, thought that the only way they could survive is if they took a $279 Remington 700 style trigger and literally every trigger for almost a year was a loss in finances. So unfortunately, as of this moment in time, I can't help. You know, you guys out there, there's several of you that have Huber brakes on your rifles because I went to bat and I made that possible. And I'm glad that I got them out there for you guys, but there's this no, I mean, right now I just want to see John get the company back on track and make it. I mean, he basically had to let just about everybody go, and he works pretty much sometimes around the clock. If it wasn't for the health of his wife, he would be there. He'd probably just sleep there, take a few hours of sleep and make shit. So, but $135 is what he charges, and I know it's a lot of money. I mean, I can show you a break like the one that's on Christine's AR. She absolutely loves it because it pisses off her brother, but then again, so does the Huber brake for loud. I know if we put a Huber brake on that rifle, she'd love it even more, but I bought that brake for $23 off of Amazon. But it just doesn't compete with John's brakes. I mean, I would not stand here and say, get a Huber Concepts brake, you will not be disappointed, if it really wasn't the case. I mean, I will never have anything but a Huber brake on an AR pistol. You just can't convince me to do it. Trust me, though. Anybody standing to the left or right of me hates me. Matt Davis, the beer was wearing white face. I'm offended. Shame on German white face beer bottles. I know. Fuck them. Beard CB. Well, after comments I've gotten in the past from Man Cave Matt and some of the others I've seen, my vote is between Matt and Poco, or both. Cahoots, I say. Anywho, just a theory. What Matt? There's a couple of Matts that comment. Beard CB. Okay, quick question for all. Why are Altar Boys and Eric's hair parted in the middle? Beard CB, because it's our little secret. Foco Loco, what's the big deal? It doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, Eric Cartman. J-Dog, I know I'm late, but I bet that OC spray I have is better than the sucker. J-Dog, I like Cholula sauce. It tastes okay. J-Dog, retirement and healthcare for me is die. Hey, we got the same plan. What's your deductible? Johnny Three Prongs, fine review. More attack bell. Laugh out loud. I know that fucker. Big Papa AR-15. Clyde. 69th. Fuck all of you. All of ya. Big Papa AR-15 again. Yeah, put the cum in the roca nut and drink it all up. I'd rather not. Stephen Hobson Led. You should take the Atlas 9 and set it up at 100 yards and shoot it. There's a reason I saved it. Okay, I'm going to put this out there. Odin Works has been a good company for me. They have a bunch of shit that they want to send me, and even though Alicia's not there, they are still a company that their stuff has always been high quality. Compared to, like, say, ATI, where it was like, yeah. If one of you out there can use the Atlas 9, this is half by 28 by 9mm, let me know. I will give this away. If nobody wants it, I will take Steve up on his challenge. Hasman 440, better get Travis into some group therapy. Yeah, that last video, yeah, I need to check in on him again today. Hasman 440, I retired at age 58 with a great pension and annuity, and loving every second of it. Hasman, in the true form of capitalism and conservative and family, I absolutely toast to that. Because only a libtard would somehow want to take away the fact that you fucking worked your ass off. You made some hard decisions and probably went without and ended up on the other side of the coin going. And I am very happy for you. Joey Cuz, it would be faster to apply for your own FFL and ship it is for Build-A-Ship. Holy fuck. You sent me the PPQ and I got it faster than these guys. Granted, I got it in a month and a half, but it's still pretty damn fast compared to these guys. Okay, like I said, I was up there today. I was picking something up, the next Snowflake Melter, and I went, Bill, I'm not playing right now. When is everybody gonna have their shit? It should all be early next week. So, Caitlin, I don't know about Zeus. That's what he said. I'm just saying. But Stalker Steve, Caitlin, I hope you have your rifle / pistol on Monday or Tuesday. Mr. Ulster 224, you make jokes, but before I came along, it would have taken you 10 minutes just to crack open the can. Well, it's still 10 minutes. Mr. Ulster, Jimmy Carter, while a fairly impotent president, goes down in my book as one of the greatest former presidents for his post-presidential activities. He is, in my book, the only living past president that truly deserves adoration and respect. Mr. Holster, I'm not going to argue with you at all. As a president, he fucking sucked. As a human being, hell yeah. Hey, fuck, we'll shake hands, we'll high five. He seems like an honest, caring human being, unlike that piece of shit Obama. I'm just saying, presidential, he fucking sucked. He was one of the worst in my books. That has nothing to do with what he does after he leaves office. I mean, if the rest of them would put forth the effort for what Carter did when he was done fucking up the country, I couldn't say more. Jolson, top 69, bitches. Jolson, we need more cowbell. Jolson, I have the burning sensation ever since I had some professional company from a pirate hooker that I had to ask me a question. What the fuck? Socks show, fucking Jack. Using the company's satellite and Google Access, I found listening to the activities in the Bomey household after the show more entertaining. Mr. Holster, Tac Pack generally is pretty gay. For the money, I find a certain percentage of things in a Tac Pack usable. Jolson, hey E, fill this out. It's cheaper than what you pay in processing fees at Bill's. He sent me a link for a firearms application, FFL application. You know, I'm going to have to remember to go back and look at that because I truly think it might be a good idea. Jolson, you should try to cite in some of your stuff before you go out to vote. I agree. I agree. Jolson, I need the cowbell acted in self-defense. I've seen it with my own 2 eyeballs. Spend our money. Forget the names on the box. I'm suspicious. What did you do to Matt? He may be another Alaric 357, and if Man Cave Matt starts posting gaming videos, the conspiracy theories will begin. There was a high probability that Matt was going to be here. We weren't going to look at this because this was one bottle. I have picked up several things that I was planning on sharing with Matt, but 2 factors today. One, he has his son, and 2, it was his grandfather's funeral. So he wasn't sure. After the funeral was over, he was going to come over and do a brew review with me. But his ex is kind of wishy-washy, like most of them all are. Like, for instance, this right here. I mean, those eyes. I mean, I'd be writing bad checks all the goddamn day long. Matt was supposed to be here, so hopefully he'll do a brew review with me tomorrow. Eric, throw that devil's camel toe away. Some of your subscribers just like to see you suffer. Good thing no one sends you some Tide Pods. Smile Money, Aunt Keck. No side comments. Let's make Eric read all the comments. Good idea. I'm in. That's bullshit. Smile Money, Aunt Keck. I could see Joey in pink bunny pajamas like Ralphie in Christmas Story. Got that he got from his aunt. Wait. You're saying you'll lick the beer off of anything dripped into your beer? What? Wait, you're saying you'll lick the beer off anything dripped into your beer? Sounds like a great party game. This is God damn it! It's still like multiple scrolls to get to the top. Bearded CB, only 97th comment. Bearded CB, better fix that. Bearded CB, like real quick. Bearded CB, there, how about now? Smile Money, 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Damn, I have that many 22 that have spilled out in the bottom of my range bag. Now it's disturbing that an active duty member of the Coast Guard was plotting this. Jay from Elite Ammunition on the right video. Damn, intro girl. Can I get a beer to go with that sack? Aunt Keck, 105th comment. We can do this. Aunt Keck, how's the cowbell doing? Aunt Keck, are you getting more snow in Duluth? Man Cave Matt. Who am I? Damn it. I am Man Cave Matt. You know me. Bring beer, you said. Bring whiskey, you said. I make you a YouTube star, you said. Then I knock on the door and you don't answer. I know. You see me on the phone. I stare into the camera. I still hold true to my guesses. Smile Money, Odin Works is back to providing some fine modifications for you to promote for them. Nice! I hope they have a magazine release. You have a lot of luck with those. Moving on, at least Smile Money's line open. Fucking Smile Money, Aunt Keck. Another comment for the total, only 111. Some people are not giving enough effort. Smile Money, I guess he is not doing a brew review for show prep. Tonight must be spending some special time with the Hubinator. I was. Muzzle first, great brew review, sir. Thank you. Smile Money. The Locked and Loaded show did not live up to the promo once again. Laugh out loud. Men are visual beasts. John Huber talking about Stormy Daniels does not equal a glimpse of side boob. I can't argue with that at all. Smile Money. Didn't all the ancestors come to North America for a better life? Then all of a sudden we are evil because we took from the indigenous people. Now tell me why we have not learned from history. Build the wall. I should show you that. No, I'm not going to show you that rifle. Especially since you comment whores. Wasting my fucking time. Gunwild. First at 1:31 on Saturday afternoon. Gunwild. Send Satan's toe to Mr. Holster. I bet he will burn the cancer right out of him. Winning. It doesn't... Yeah. Gunwild. Cowbell down. Cowbell down. Gunwild. Don't go full Tex Grabner. You never go full Tex Grebner. I fucking shot myself. Gunwild, possibly the last comment before the Two-Hearted Ale Club. And you are. But, seeing how some of you assholes just made me answer... See, here's the problem. There's actually no count over here. 114. Okay, there was 114 views. And 134 fucking comments. Today's bench gun of choice is the Ruger Blackhawk, chambered in 10mm. Yes, I did say that. Shit. I know he's been really busy, but I gotta go back to I Carry One's videos. I really want to change the grips on this. And he did a video on a company, and I can't even remember what they are right now, but they were freaking sweet. Origin of Darkness. Bourbon barrel aged stout with cocoa and Gilgero, chilies, and radish honey. I haven't a fucking clue what that is. This still kind of weirds me out a little bit. I'm gonna give this a 10. Oh, fuck me. A lot of talk with John Huber and Jim, Johnny, Joey, and John about Ed. I showed John Huber the SKS, and he was shocked. He's like, that is hands down the real fucking deal. And I go, yeah, I know. Hitting the refresh button, going to the Two-Hearted Ale Club, hashtag be like Ed. I realize for some people that's a really hard thing, but if you really know and you really knew who Ed was, it's not really a difficult thing at all. It just puts you in a much better place. Ed, love you, my friend. Aunt Keck, 124th comment. That's good for you. Aunt Keck, smile money, we can do this. You already did. Aunt Keck, Man Cave Matt, imposter. Aunt Keck, 127th comment. Aunt Keck, I heart the Two-Hearted Ale Club. Aunt Keck, hey, did anyone see the video of Cowboys Ride for Trump through DC video? Fucking awesome. No, I did not. Aunt Keck, why don't you send me a link to that shit on Facebook or Messenger? Aunt Keck, more cowbell. Pissed at you guys. Johnny Three Prongs. Oh damn, let me get dressed. Fuck it. Cheers. J-Dog. Shots. Two times is the charm. I'm gonna have to do a tactical reload. Just kidding. Jolson, the Two-Hearted Ale Club needs more cow. Hit it like your date on prom night. Last time it almost fucked me up. Smile money. 2-hour ale club. Made it even after an afternoon trip to the range. My closest range is 2 cities away and $25 an hour. What do you pay at Double Action? Hang on, let me save the. Wow, that's cool. Wonder if it always is supposed to do that. It was almost like when I opened it, it was surprised. At least it landed on the mat and didn't do any more. Yeah, it landed on mat. Okay, we're out of here. I'm planning on doing a brew. Oh, wait a second. Last one. Here, just so I can take it away from them. Shit. Last comment from Steve. Hops and lead. Too hard on Ale Club. Okay, guys. Again, let $10. HornetFixer.com. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get the money on its way to Mr. Holster, please. $10. We are way over halfway. Last night, a whole bunch more got put in there. So, please, guys, for $10, you might end up with this. Cheers, and we'll see if the non-Man Cave Matt can join us tomorrow. And I hope you checked out Christine's show. It's a follow-up for the girls' party, kind of the behind-the-scenes kind of shit. Cheers.